Hi everyone, and welcome to Tuesday's Tips with Laurie. Today, I don't know if you can see behind me, I'm over at, we're doing Kimberbell Academy, which is where we certify shops to host Kimberbell events. So constantly check our webpage at Kimberbell webpage, and you can go on and see which shops are newly certified and will be hosting a Kimberbell event near you. I know a lot of you have been wanting shops that are closer by you, so constantly check, because we are constantly getting new shops certified, and there's a lot of events that have been booked a lot, so go there and check that out. So today we're going to talk about what's a trick for clipping those little jump stitches. So if you come with me, Brittany, we're going to zip over here, and I'm going to show you a trick that I found. So this is a fun little room in here, isn't this fun? So how many of you have ever stitched something fun out and then you're like, dang it, I've got all these little tiny jump stitches that I've got to clip? Between words usually is where it ends up, but once in a while it can be between little tiny stitch outs. Well, you might wonder too, why are those stitches there if I have an automatic thread cutter on my embroidery machine? Well, sometimes these jump stitches are just so small and they're less than 5 millimeters, if that's the limit on the sewing machine or your embroidery machine, and it won't clip those little tiny ones. So there is a little trick that I found that works really good, and some of you may already have known how to do this trick, but I just find it so helpful. So I used to take a seam ripper, and then I would go in underneath that, and I would think, oh, well, I can clip the jump stitch by getting that under there. Well, I did rip it, cut it. Do you see that? But it's still sitting there, and I can't get the two little sides. So then I would come in with my scissors, and I would try to clip that, and no matter how many times I would try, it would not get very close. So here's my trick. While this is still in place, I take my nippers and I push it against one side and I clip. That leaves me a little bit longer tail, and then I use a pair of needle nose tweezers or something and hold it while you clip the other side. And then that gives you a lot better, I don't know if you can see the little piece that I clipped off or not. Let's try it with this little itty bitty one here. So I get underneath and I clip it on the one side, and you can see when I pull it back, you can see that it's been clipped. And then I grab it. That is one tiny little thing. And then I clip the other side. And I'm going to show you in a little bit bigger version so it's a little bit easier to see. I don't know if that was really hard to see or not. So put your nippers in, cut it to one side. See how it's released? Can you see that? And then I grab that with tweezers and I clip it. I'm not grabbing it very good, am I? Grab it with your tweezers. There we go. And you clip it. Let's do it one more time. Cut it, move it to the side, grab it with your tweezers, and clip it. And this works for even these little tiny pieces that maybe get caught and you can't get them loose. Grab it with your nippers or your tweezers and then clip it. And this is, I find it much faster than trying to hold it with my fingers. My fingers are just not very nimble. And, oh, I lost it. I have to actually get it. There we go. And clip. And I go underneath here again, clip, grab it, clip it. And that way you can get all those little tiny pieces a little bit easier. You can try it with regular small little scissors if you've got a pair that you really love working with of embroidery scissors. That works too. Gonna get me some better tweezers. Anyway. And that, well, there we go. And just use a good pair of tweezers. If you can't grab a hold of that thread with your tweezers, then maybe try a different pair that's a little bit smaller. But that is the best way I found, is just hold, clip, hold, clip. It's much faster. And I hope that that will help you get rid of those tiny little jump stitches that are such a little hard, difficult little thing to deal with sometimes, because you get your project all stitched out and then you're thinking, I've got to clip all those little things. So hopefully that will help you get those clipped and taken care of. So next week, next Tuesday, stay tuned, or tune in next week. We are going to have a special giveaway. So just wanted to give you a little heads up about that, and we will see you next Tuesday. Bye.